Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? Check out rockbottomcoins.com for the cheapest and fastest coins anywhere. Use code ZERK for 15% off your order. And if you guys want to compete in tournaments for cash prizes, make sure to check out tourneycrypt.com.
The whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another YouTube video. And today we are officially back in Florida, back in my home, back in my setup, and dang, it feels good. So, want to go over some stuff for you guys. So I had some questions, people asking me which team should I go with if I'm going to be deciding on which player to go ahead and pick for the Ultimate Kickoff promo. Now, not just that, but I do kind of want to go over, do I think these sets are actually worth it? Give you guys the prices of what it's going to cost, and based off that, kind of tell you what teams I think you could do, what teams you should do, which teams you might want to stay away from. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some math here. So, the Ultimate Kickoff promo. What are the ways to get yourself some collectibles? Well, basically, there are solo challenges you guys can do, which will give you 17 collectibles, and that's it. The only other way to get collectibles is actually by buying these kickoff packs. Now, they cost 28,000 coins each, and you get yourself 3 collectibles, right? So here is going to be a collectible. You get yourself 3 collectibles, and then you get basically not a lot else in these packs. You know, you get a gold player, 2 silver players, also get a power of Chris Jones there, which technically you get 3 additional 66 plus silver better players, and additional 62 overall silver. You do also get 1 gold player, so you can technically get an elite out of these packs. So 28,000 coins for that. So I'm going to go over all the math, how much it costs each and every team, but I will say this as well. There is this pack in the store right now, right? It costs $5 to go ahead and get, but you don't have to pick the player you guys want. You can literally just let the card sit there in your item binder, or not putting it in the binder. You can literally just let this card sit here in your unopened packs, and you'll be able to go ahead and take the card. Now, I do have to say this. EA could be really mean about this. Now, because I know a lot of people talked about this in their videos, and a lot of people over on Twitter already know about this. Poodle actually told me about this. He called me and told me, you can let this card sit there, and you'd be perfectly fine. Now, the thing is, though, right? What if you need to have the card in your item miner in order for it to upgrade? Because I feel like this is just too easy for us to let all these cards just sit in our item miner until one of these guys gets 10 wins. And that's all it is. It's just they have to get 10 wins, and they'll go up to a 93 overall, but that is the max. They are auctionable, they are tradable, they are quick sellable for training points. So, I mean, the cards are going to go up in value, obviously. For $5, definitely worth to get yourself a 93 overall. You do have to remember, though, it's going to be 10 weeks, right? So, 10 weeks from now, bare minimum at least, right? Let's say someone goes 10-0. That's 9 more weeks. It's going to be in, let's see, we're in September, so 8 more weeks. It would be mid-November, so it would be like end of November, right? Who's going to go 10-0? Probably not many teams. So more than likely, the first team to get 10 wins is going to end up being in December. So 93 overalls in December, pretty solid, but still nothing. They're gonna be a good card, right? They're gonna be a very, very good card. But the thing is, are they actually worth it to invest in? Because this is the best pack by far, the season performer fantasy pack, because you don't have to pick your player unless EA comes out and says, hey guys, you have to pick a player. You can't just let it sit there in your unopened packs. But if you guys want to actually go ahead and invest in these players for some reason, I'm gonna go over all the prices, what it's gonna cost you to, and maybe, just maybe, it's actually worth it to do. So as you guys can see, we've got these Super Bowl favorites. Now these cost 50 collectibles, right? Now that's, of course, with Kendall Fuller, Carson Wentz, and James White. Of course, the Eagles, the Patriots, and the Chiefs. Underneath them, you have the playoff contenders, which these ones are actually repeatable. All these are repeatable except for the Super Bowl favorites. You can get Hicks, Melvin Ingram, Blake Martinez, Cooper Kupp, Ryan Ramczyk, James Conner. There's DeForest Buckner, David Njoku, Leighton Vander Esch, Grady Jarrett, Chris Carson, Everson Griffin, Brandon Linder, DJ Moore, Leonard Williams, Jimmy Smith, Justin Reed, Roger Saffold. And then you have the Nobody Believes in Us, which, you know, they're not going to get 10 wins. More than likely, I would say none of these teams are probably going to end up getting 10 wins. Alright, so let's do a little bit of math here, right? So this pack costs 28,000 coins each, and they, of course, give you 3 collectibles. Now, the solos give you 17, so I am going to account for the solos as well with the prices of these. So, let's say you want to do the Super Bowl favorites. Now, of course, that is 50 collectibles, right? Well, the solos give you 17. And remember, of course, you know, the packs also do give you guys a gold player, 2 silver players, I believe 3 silver players. So, I mean, you can technically make some coins back off of the actual packs themselves. Golds go for like 2K, 3,000 coins themselves, but it's really not a ton of coins there. So, it would cost you, right? Because then, if you get 17th in the challenge, you only need 33 to get the Super Bowl favorites, which means you need to open up 11 of those packs. That would cost you 308,000 coins if you guys want to go ahead and invest in these seasonal performer players. So 308K. I don't think these cards are going to be worth 308K. I really just don't think a 93 overall player is going to be worth 308K. Carson Wentz, 308K, there's no way. Right? I just don't see it. Especially in December, more than likely, when he would end up getting the card would be in December if they do get to 10 wins. I just don't see it. I really think there's going to be a lot more 93 overall players out. James White as well. I don't really know a lot of people that pay 300K for a James White card. Kendall Fuller, it's a solid corner, but I really feel like there's going to be better cornerbacks out as well. So I don't think the Super Bowl favorite cards are actually going to be worth it that much at all, because they literally only go up to 93. And also, remember, the requirements will increase by 4 on the 19th. So if you guys want to invest in this, you kind of have to do it within the next 6 days here. Next up would be the playoff contenders. So the playoff contenders is 35. So you get 17 with solos, you need 18. That means you'd have to open up 6 packs. That'd be 168K. Now, this one I could see potentially being worth it, right? If any of these teams get to 10 wins, which honestly, I'm going to come back and tell you guys which players I think are going to be the most valuable. That's kind of what's worth now, is what players should be going for the most coins out of all these guys. Basically, that's the main point of doing all this. You want to get the most coins possible out of this. Now, of course, also there's the training point aspect. But remember, training points go down as the years go. As the year goes through, training point value really shoots down, especially in like December, even before December. I don't think it's going to be worth it to do it just for the training of these cards. Now, we also have the postseason hopeful. Now, of course, these are 28, which means you need 11, so you will have to open up 4 packs, unfortunately, because, you know, it's only 3 per, so you will have to open up 4 packs. That's 112K. Honestly, there are some teams in here I could definitely see getting 10 wins, for sure. For 112K, this is 100% worth it to do, in my opinion. Also, you have 28K for Under the Radar, because it only costs 20. You, of course, get 17, and you only have to open 1 single pack, and nobody believes in us. You actually are able to go ahead and get for free, basically, because you get 17 for the solos. So you can actually get yourself a free player. Now, there is also the Team Quick Sells. You guys can do the Team Quick Sells, as you guys can see. Earn a collectible for random team that will increase in training quick sell value based on how many games that team wins during the regular season. So if they win 12 to 15 games, right, they get a 20,000 coin quick, or 20,000 training quick sell. That's quite a bit of training. Now, right, valuing that, it's about 43 coins per training point. That's like 800,000 coins worth of training points right there. For the 7,000 wins, of course, that'd be about 280K. But like I said, training shoots down tremendously, right? So personally, if you're going to go with the player, or you're going to go with the Ultimate Kickoff starter set, I think I would much rather go with the player, in my opinion. Just because, I mean, at the time of December, I'm trying to think, I'm pretty sure everything's down to about 20. Right, I think everything's down to about 20 coins per training point around there. So if it's down to about 20 coins per training points, let's say everyone gets 10 wins, or even if a team gets 12 wins, say we go to the Patriots, they get 12 wins, that's a good amount of training, right? That's 400,000 coins right there. But this gives you a random team. This doesn't give you a team to get to pick. So it's not worth doing, because you might end up getting like the Bengals or someone who's going to get like 2 wins. So with that, let's go over which teams I think are actually worth it, which players are actually going to be going for the most. So essentially, what players can you go for the most here? So let's say you don't want to go ahead and spend coins. You want to just do the nobody believes in this, right? Because you're going for free. So obviously you want to go with the team you think is going to get the most wins. Out of all the teams on this list, out of the Bengals, I really don't trust them that much. The Broncos, really don't trust them that much either. The Cardinals as well, nah, not a big fan. Dolphins, heck no. They are rebuilding so much. They just told Minka Fitzpatrick he can request a trade. The Redskins actually are a solid one, right? But Brandon Sheriff as a right guard, and I really don't think they're going to get to 10 wins, but again, every single win they get will steadily increase their overall by 1. It's a solid one, but there's going to be some better offensive linemen out, because I don't think he's going to even get to 90 overall. Derek Carr for the Raiders, kind of have to see. They didn't win their first game. Janoris Jenkins for the Giants, probably not a good one. It's the Saquon Barkley show over there, and that's literally it. Darius Leonard for the Colts. Still have faith in the Colts, I will say that. O.J. Howard for the Bucks. They did actually just beat the Panthers last night, but we'll see if that was just a fluke game or not. And then there's the Bills and the Lions. Out of all of these players, if you only have one free one, my 2 recommendations are going to be Kenny Golladay. My personal opinion, I think out of all the players on this list, I think the Lions probably have the best chance of winning the most games here. I say the Lions at least going 8-8 here, so you at least have a 91 overall, maybe 7 wins, so you have a 90 overall Kenny Galladay. Even if you don't want to sell it or trade it, Kenny Galladay still will be a pretty solid wide receiver. But number 2 is going to be Darius Leonard. Now, honestly, out of all the players in this list, I think the one that could go for the most coins is going to be O.J. Howard, but I really don't know how many coins they're going to get. I don't have a lot of faith in the Bucks at all. So Darius Leonard, in my opinion, probably the Colts can end up getting the most wins out of the players in this list, just because that team is so loaded. It's just Andrew Luck retired, unfortunately. But they still could do something there. I think the Colts, so Darius Leonard probably going to be one of the most valuable players here, and Kenny Galladay. Under the radar now, of course, this really doesn't cost much to do if you guys do the challenges. So you have Brandon Linder, Leonard Williams, DJ Moore, Jimmy Smith, Justin Reed, and Roger Saffold. So it really comes down to which one of these players will actually be the best. Now here's the thing. Justin Reed, right? Justin Reed is a speedy free safety. It really depends on what cards are out by the time these guys continuously get upgrades. But Justin Reed as a speedy free safety, honestly, could make him very valuable. Now, of course, Jimmy Smith kind of more on the slower side of cornerbacks, but pretty good coverage. DJ Moore, a good card there. Leonard Williams, I don't really think he'll be going for a ton, and I don't think the Jags are going to end up getting them any wins. I don't think the Jets are going to get them any wins at all, seeing how Sam Darnold has mono now, so I'm not really too confident in them. Titans as well, not really too confident. Out of all the players on this list, I think Justin Reed is probably the option to go with on this one. If you're going to go with any team, of course, the Ravens as well with Jimmy Smith. Those two are probably the best to go with. Personally, I'm going with Justin Reed there if you're going with those. Now, of course, next up is going to be the postseason hopefuls, which, since you do need to buy 4 of those packs, it costs you, quick off the top of my head, $112K? Yeah, $112K. So 112,000 coins. You definitely want to go with the team that's going to get the most wins. No bias. I think the Cowboys are going to get the most wins out of this team. You guys saw how the Browns played. I still have confidence in the Browns, right? I think the Browns could actually end up getting 10 wins. I definitely think the Cowboys are going to at least get 9 wins, right? I mean, okay. If I was going Zirksee mode here, if I was going full Cowboys fan mode, I would say 11 wins for the Cowboys, right? So I think that the Cowboys are actually going to end up getting 10 wins. I think Leighton Vander should be a great user card. I think he's going to go for a lot of coins. Chris Carson, I don't really think you go for a ton. Grady Jarrett as well, not really confident in him. I think if you're going to go with any positions, you probably want to go with David Njoku or Leighton Vander Esch for this one. That's probably my 2 options here. Which one of these 2 would go for more? I think Leighton would probably end up going for more, just because he's a Cowboy, and a lot of Cowboys fans want to get that card. Obviously, one of the best user cards, one of the better coverage linebackers in the game, and tacklers. I think Leighton Vander Esch would probably go for the most. So if you're trying to do any of the postseason hopeful, I'd say Leighton. Playoff contenders. Now, of course, this is where it gets a little bit more expensive, right? So with the playoff contenders, that costs $168K. So you want to make sure you're going with someone that's going to go for a ton here. Blake Martinez probably won't go for a ton. Cooper Kupp as well, kind of a shorter slot receiver. Don't really think he'll go for much. Melvin Ingram, Akeem Hicks, not confident in them. If you're going to do any of the playoff contenders, I'd say you probably... Which team could get 10 wins, right? My personal opinion, the best team that probably get 10 wins here will either be Cooper Kupp, Ryan Ramczyk, Akeem Hicks, or James Conner, right? Now, the Steelers, I'm not super confident in. Obviously, based off that Patriots game, they got demolished, right? So you probably want to go with the Saints, Ryan Ramczyk. I feel like that's the most confident to me to get 10 wins going to be Ryan Ramczyk. But is he going to be worth a lot of coins, right? Now, like I said, 93 overall right tackle, if he's actually going to be going for 168K. In December, 168,000 coin right tackle. I think it's possible. I think it could potentially go for that, but it really depends on what other right tackles we currently have out in the game. Super Bowl favorites, like I said, not a fan. Don't do them. I don't think they're worth it. They're not going to be worth their value at all. So if you're going to do any of them, I'd say probably Ryan Ramczyk or James Conner if you want to take a risk there, because I feel like out of the potential of which one of these guys could be going for the most coins, it would be Conner. But I think Ryan Ramczyk's probably the safest pick there. Leighton Vander Esch, David Njoku, Justin Reed, and probably Kenny Galladay and Darius Leonard. With that being said, though, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, smack the like button, subscribe, and comment. Let me know down below if you guys have done any of these seasonal performers. Obviously, later tonight, we'll have the MUT 10 player review, and I will be having a video out later today as well, going over Series 2. I know you guys want me to discuss that. I'll have a video out for you guys later today. I'll see you guys next time.